The moon rose slowly over the African savanna, painting the tall grass in silver. From a mound of earth, an aardvark named Aki pushed his strong claws through the soil and emerged. He always waited for night, for darkness spoke in many voices. His long ears twitched, catching the distant call of an owlet, the whisper of grass, and most importantly, the busy crackle beneath the ground. Ants and termites, his stomach rumbled. He waddled toward a fallen log, pressed his long nose against the bark, and listened to the secret thunder inside. With 3 neat strokes of his claws, he opened a doorway. Ants poured out like a restless river, biting and snapping, but Aki was patient. He extended his sticky tongue, swept the insects, and ate slowly, never emptying the colony. When he finished, he whispered, "Thank you," before continuing into the night. But the savanna was not always gentle. While sniffing near a termite mound, Aki sensed danger. A sour musk floated on the wind. A hyena stepped forward, grinning. "Little digger," it said, "you do the work, I get the feast." "That's fair, isn't it?" Aki said nothing. Instead, he curled into himself, folding his snout under his arms, his hide rough and solid as armor. The hyena circled, pawed, and snapped, but Aki remained still, a fortress in the moonlight. Frustrated, the predator snarled and disappeared into the tall grass. Slowly, Aki uncurled, heart steady again. Survival, he thought, was not always about fighting. Sometimes it was about patience and trust in silence. Not all encounters were dangerous. One night, Aki heard a soft cry and found a tortoise named Copy, trapped under heavy branches. "I argued with gravity and lost," she said dryly. With careful strength, Aki lifted the branches and freed her. From that night, they often traveled together. Copy taught him to notice the still beauty of dew on grass, of stars framed between thorn branches. Aki taught her to hear the ground's hidden songs, the difference between a snake's slither and a termite's parade. As the weeks passed, their companionship grew into quiet friendship. They didn't need many words. Sometimes they simply shared silence, listening to the endless chorus of the night. Other times, Copy told long stories from her slow journeys, while Aki listened, storing her wisdom like treasures in his heart. Then came a storm, sudden and violent. Rain crashed over the savanna, and Aki ran toward his burrow near the marula tree. But when he arrived, water rushed into the tunnels. His home, carefully dug for seasons, was drowned. For a moment he stood in the rain, feeling the heavy weight of loss. Then, quietly, he chose action. He climbed to higher ground, dug with calm rhythm, cut, pull, sweep hand, shaped a new burrow where water could not reach. When he finally rested inside, the storm softened to polite applause outside. By dawn, other small animals had gathered: meerkats, hares, a curious gerbil. They had heard of Aki's wisdom. "How did you know where to dig?" they asked. Aki scratched a map into the sand, showing how rain flowed, how soil held or broke, how to listen not only with ears but with paws and patience. The little ones listened, and slowly, word spread. The aardvark was a teacher. Even Copy noticed. "You translate the world for them," she said one evening. "That is wisdom." Over time, Aki's burrow became a quiet school. He showed others how to dig without destroying, how to eat without taking everything, how to survive storms by respecting the land's language. At first, he only thought of it as sharing habits. But soon he realized the younger creatures carried his lessons further, teaching others in turn. The savanna became a little safer, a little wiser, because knowledge moved like seeds on the wind. One evening, the same hyena passed again. It paused, seeing the comings and goings around Aki's burrow, the careful digging, the quiet teaching. The predator's grin faded into something softer. For the first time, it did not mock or threaten. It simply turned away, leaving peace behind. Aki, resting at the entrance, lifted his ears to the night. The world spoke in 1,000 voices, and he was still its patient listener. He knew storms would return, predators would prowl, and the ground would shift. But as long as he could hear the language of earth and sky, he would always find a way forward. And so, under the vast African moon, Aki remained what he was meant to be. A quiet guardian, a translator of the unseen, and a reminder that even the humblest creature can carry wisdom deep enough to guide a world.